Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to change the gear oil on the transfer case of a 2003 Hyundai Santa Fe all-wheel drive. This is the 3.5 liter engine, 6-cylinder, and because it's all-wheel drive it has a transfer case, and they recommend that you change the oil on a regular basis every 72 months or every 60,000 miles. Now this has got 138,000 miles on it. I bought it used, so more than likely it needs to be changed, so I'm going to change it. I'm going to show you what you need. I'm going to show you the tools I used and the oil that I used. All right, here's all the things you're going to need. There's one thing I didn't include in here, and that is a oil drain pan. You're going to need that to drain the oil into it. You're going to need a gear oil pump right there, and I'm going to put the links to all this stuff on Amazon. So you're going to need a gear oil pump, a liter of 80W90 gear oil. I used Valvoline or Valvoline, and a 24 millimeter wrench with an open end preferably, and 10 millimeter hex driver like that. Again, like I said, I'll put all the links to this stuff in the video description. A set of sockets. These are deep sockets. You can use just standard sockets as long as they're metric. You'll need those to remove the bottom cover. Appropriate ratchets for your sockets. And these are nice to have, but not necessary to have. A torque wrench for the fill plug, and several extensions to actually help you take that fill plug out or put it back in. But you don't need this. You can do it with a standard ratchet, no problem at all. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take this splash guard off the bottom of the engine. We've got 9 bolts that actually secure that splash guard down. And in my case, there are various sizes. I have a size 12 millimeter, a 13 millimeter, and also 14 millimeter bolts on here. The last one you want to take off is this one in the center, okay? Because it holds it up, and basically work your way from the back, so from the passenger side corner to the middle, and from the driver's side corner to the middle, and then take the last one out, being the middle, bolt out. So I'll show you where these are. There's one here in this corner, one in this, one here, another one here. That's 4 on this side. There's exactly the same on the other side. You'll notice that there's one bolt in the rear of the splash panel. Do not take that one off. It's not there to secure the panel to the car. So what I'll do is I'll take this panel off, and then I'll show you what it looks like and where all the bolts are from an overhead after I take it off, so you get a better idea of where they're at. Here's the splash guard removed, and the front of it is these openings, where these openings are. And there's one bolt in the center. That's your last one you should take off. We've got another one here. That's 12 in my case, 14, another 14, and another 12. And on this side, similar. I got a 12, a 14, a 14, another 12, and I don't know why, but a 13 here in the center. It may be different size bolts for you. I don't know if this is something that somebody modified on my car because it's a used vehicle. Not sure. But whatever size bolts you have, it should have those total of 9 bolts all together to get it off. And just make sure the center one is the last one you take off if you want to make this job easy for yourself. All right, I'm going to do a fly-in from the front of the car to the transfer case. And you can see the exhaust system right there with the oxygen sensor. This would be the driver's side, and now over there is the passenger side. And we're going down pretty well down the middle of the engine. And we're going to go down and back until you see it right there behind the little S-curve on the actual exhaust system. And there you'll see 10 millimeter hex bolt here and a 24 millimeter normal bolt here. And the 24 millimeter bolt is going to be a bit of an issue because the socket won't fit in there because it hits the muffler, and there's no way to get that through there without removing the muffler from the system here. So that's a bit of an issue, but you can use the 24 millimeter box wrench, and that'll take it off. That's what I'm going to use. And the 10 millimeter hex just pops in there with a 3/8 inch ratchet without any issue at all. So that'll be easy to take off and fill up. So let me get that out of the way. And there you go. So that's where the 10 millimeter will go right there. So next thing to do will be to take that 10 millimeter off and take the 10 millimeter hex bolt off, the fill bolt off first. Because if you have any problem, taking that off and you've already drained the fluid from the 24, you're going to have a bit of a problem putting the fluid back, right? So first see if you can take that off with a 10 millimeter hex, and then from there drain the case, and I'll do that next. I've got my drain pan below the transfer unit or case, and now I'm just going to take the bolts out. Number one is going to be the 10 millimeter fill bolt. You always take the fill bolt out first, because if you have difficulty doing that, then you still have the fluid inside the transfer case. There it is, with a sealing washer. Now we use our 24 millimeter on the nut, on the bolt. All right, here's the oil from the transfer case, and just in case you can't see how dirty it is, that's how dirty it is. It's pretty bad. I'm glad I drained it out, and I'm replacing it. Now, I also want to stress that I did have the car jacked up, and I did lower it off the jacks to drain it fully, and the car is on a level surface right now, just for that purpose. So there's pretty dirty oil. Let's look at the drain plugs. They're both magnetic, so you want to wash both of these off and wipe them off and get all the grit and dirt off the threads and so on before you put them back in. And I think I'm going to do a few fill and drains, but not right now, just over time. Maybe on my next oil change I'll do another one of these, so that I can clean out the case from all the dirt that's in it. But obviously, they're pretty dirty, and like I said, these are magnetic, so what you want to do is wipe away the debris from the center of them, and you'll see that there's metal filings and stuff in there. It's not too bad, but you want to get rid of that garbage right there. There's quite a bit on the drain plug, if you can see. So I'm still taking a lot of the caked stuff off of there. So yeah, you want to clean the drain plugs off. They're magnetic. They're holding metal filings. Get rid of the garbage on them. Clean them up nicely. And then next we're going to put the oil back into the case. All right, we've got all the fluid out of the transfer case. As you can see here, both the fill port and the drain port are open. I'm going to put the drain plug back in, making sure that you put the washer that came with it on it back on too. So just basically tighten it up. I'm going to finger tighten it first. Now if you take the exhaust system off, or this part of the exhaust off, then you can put an actual box what do you call it? Not a box, but a socket and on this bolt, and then you can use you could use a torque wrench to put the 27 pounds to it. Now I can't. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to use my 24. Sorry about the shake. My 24 millimeter wrench on the actual nut. Sorry, on the bolt, and then tighten it up. You know, basically hand feeling the 27 foot-pounds that they say should be applied to that nut. So let's just tighten that up. Again, up to you whether you want to remove the exhaust pipe to actually put your your torque wrench on it. I'm being careful here, trying not to over tighten or strip the bolt. That feels fairly tight to me. All right, so now we've got the drain bolt back on. We can actually get onto this fill port here, use our pump and put the approximately 1 liter of fluid that I took out and replace it with some brand new 80-90 gear oil. And you know, so I'll just hook up my pump and pump in that fluid, and then after that I'm going to keep pumping it in until it starts dripping out of here. Once it starts dripping out of here, then I know there's enough in there. Now remember, my vehicle is up on jacks, so I'm going to take it off the jack stands and then, you know, basically let it drip out on a level surface, on a level ground, and then I'm going to put the filler plug back in there, and I'll be able to put 27 pounds of torque on that one because I can get a ratchet in on that. So let's put the pump on that, the nozzle from the pump on that filler port. Okay, so there's the filler port. I'm just going to put my the nozzle from my pump on that filler port, and it should lock in there. It's quite nice that way. So let me do that. And just friction fit it in there like that. And now I'm just going to pump fluid in there until it actually overfills or starts dripping out of there. And you know, I don't know if you really need to see that or not. Actually, you don't. So I'm just going to fill it up, and then when it's done, when it's full, I'm going to show you how it's dripping out, and then we're going to cap it, and that'll be that. Okay, I got most of my 1 liter pumped in there. That's all I really needed. I'll give it a few more squirts there, and it's dripping out, and I'm sure it's going to drip out as soon as I pull the nozzle off. So let's do that. There we go. And that's how you know you filled it, because it's dripping out. Now I'm going to let that drip out till it drains and stops dripping. And after it stops dripping and it's on level ground, then you know you've got enough fluid in there, because basically that's how you check the level. Right now it's overfilled, and it will drain out until it stops dripping, and then we'll put the plug back in, the drain plug back in, or the filler plug back in at 27 foot-pounds. All right, I've got the 10 millimeter plug there, and it's no longer dripping anything, so it's full and properly filled to the right level. So I'm here just gonna tighten up that filler plug, and once I get it snug, I'm gonna take my torque wrench and torque it down to 27, and after that we're done. We just put the bottom cover on the engine and drive away. All right, I got it snug there. I'm just gonna use my torque wrench on that and get it nice and properly tight. I'm actually going to use my extension on it because the torque wrench is a little tight in that spot. And I'll show you the extensions and the parts. I've shown you on the parts I used. There we go. Put your bottom splash guard on your engine and enjoy the new oil in your transfer case. All right, said I was going to show this, but in putting the bottom cover back on, start with the center bolt here. Work your way from center to the edges and then back to the back of the car, and just hand tighten them all first and then tighten them up after you've got them all fitted on, just to make sure that you've got the cover fitting correctly. And then you're done. Tighten them all down, drive away. All right, if that video helped you out in some way, do me a favor, click on the like button down here or the thumbs up button down here on the bottom right. And if you want to subscribe to my channel and see further videos in the future, just click up here in the on the link that I provide to subscribe to my channel or the Richard Lloyd USA channel. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video and it helped you out some way. I'm going for a drive.